Hello, I am going to go through like the feedback where we'll be able to see like the areas of improvement where we worked well. So we are going to evaluate like your performance by basing on different criteria. For example, let's start with the design quality. You was able to meet the expectation like your graphic design and ideas and images are very strong, so he was able to meet the expectation. Efficiency, like as far as to concern like the work to work efficiently and to complete within schedule, he was able to meet like a scheduled time. Even though there are some areas that you need to improve, but still like he was able to meet the expectation. He was able to work like different on scheduled time. Communication, he was able like to listen actively and to be in a team. You demonstrated the active participation in the meetings, and you give different option to consider. You give different option, and you actively participated in a meeting. Technical readiness, you as is mentioned like in a comment of Badri, you are familiar with the various design tool. However, like you need to include like you meet expectation still, but like you need to get familiar with the design tool that we use here at Acme Widget Company. Adaptability, you met expectation too, like you when there is some adjustment to make, like he was able to meet them. He was able to meet the deadline. You are flexible with the changing, like changes that happen to schedule. You demonstrate the high quality of adaptability. Attention to details, like this is where you need to improve. Yeah, you paid since you produce some deliverables, you were able to pay attention to details. However, you need to improve on accuracy of deliverables, like a you have some typos, like some errors in the typing, and you need like to check the content carefully. Like for example, the editors found some mistakes in your deliverable, so you need to work on this. Responsibility and commitment, you exceeded the expectation. This is a really thing that you need to the thing that you need to we need to appreciate. It is really good. Beside performing your duties, you involve the volunteering, like to share many different options that can help like to have a good like to have like strong the best options. You accepted job assignments, and you asked some questions like to fully understand like what to do. So like on this point you met expectation. Attendance, like your attendance is really well positioned. Like you don't have any issue with the attendance, no complaint related to the attendance. Initiative, like taking initiative, you was able to meet expectation. Like you when it comes to giving options, you give many different options that can help like in producing high quality deliverables. You are flexible with new assignments, and yeah, it is really something that you need to keep up. Like you suggested the other option that for the better way of doing things, so which is good, and it was really helpful. We appreciated. Adherence to policy, like so far you didn't like ignore any policy. You didn't like commit something which is against the policy. Read. We also like specific examples, like comment on like specific example, like where the accomplishment that you was able to work. So like the areas that you need to improve on, like you have to pay attention on details, like so as to reduce errors in your product or deliverables. Like you need to balance your speed and the errors that you make. And I would recommend that you can I would recommend that you can work on the software that you use, actually widget, so as like to improve, like to get familiar with it. um I guess like overall like you met expectations. And I would advise you like as you follow the schedule, you was able to give different options. You was able to collaborate effectively, to actively listen in the group. but you should work on reducing the errors and to make deliverables, and to like errors in making deliverables when making deliverables. And you have to find a way you can get familiar with like the software that we use here at Acme Widget Company. So like except like where I need to make improvement on attention to details, otherwise you are meeting expectation. If you have a comment about the what I shared, you can go ahead and share.
Yeah, I first of all appreciate that I have been able to meet expectations.
Yeah,
So as you said, I need an improvement on paying attention to
on details.
details.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I really understand, and I will try my best to cope up with that. But the cause, most of the time, was that I was sometimes rushing when doing designs. I was sometimes under pressure, not having enough time to
Mm,
work on everything. So I sometimes miss to pay attention to those details. But I believe that for the future, I'm going to try to address that by using those software that I can use,
mm.
and to making sure that I'm not under pressure. And yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. That's the overall feedback about your performance this year.
Mm,
Yeah, hope for better improvement next time.
thank you.